Ketu represents Lord Ganesh. Have you seen the idol of Lord Ganesh? You must have seen millions of times, but have you ever observed? Observe, and if you observe, you will realize that Lord Ganesha has no human head, no mind. The head that you see is of the elephant. And why elephant? Because elephant is the wisest being on this planet. And so it is a perfect representation of a God who is totally engrossed within, wherein the mind is not at play, where the self is constantly meditated upon. How beautiful is this representation of the greatest gods of all, Lord Ganesha. Whatever you worship on the outside is what you become from the inside. That is how idol worship was introduced by the ancient seers and sages. There are instances where idols of Lord Ganesha have been found in the Middle East, South America, and the Far East. When you are running through Ketu Mahadasha, visit Lord Ganesha temple every Wednesday or Sunday. Worship Lord Ganesha. Eat non-spicy food. If possible, become more and more vegetarian. Do all that your life demands, your survival demands, but bring God to your life. Introduce God to your life and be more and more meditative. While you work, remain focused within. To be meditative is not to sit for a few minutes and then forget everything. To be meditative is to continue to work with your hands while you remain focused within. Once you turn in, meditation has started. Meditation means the capacity to be joyously alone. The capacity to be joyously alone. The capacity to be happy with yourself. To be with yourself is meditation. The joy of aloneness, not the misery of loneliness, is meditation. To be with yourself is to be in harmony with Sri Ketu. To be with yourself is to be in meditation while you perform your daily activities. Escaping is not the answer. A man who is not getting any success escapes and becomes a monk. A man who has never tasted sexual bliss runs away and becomes a monk. A man who is an utter failure escapes and finds comfort in becoming a monk. But all of this is short-lived. Someday he gets back in the same trap that he had so cleverly escaped. You will never become a Buddha. You will never attain spiritual liberation. You will never find happiness until you realize the basic truth, that is, not to escape, but face your own karmic dues. That can truly liberate you from the unending sufferings of the birth and rebirth cycles. Spiritualism is experienced only when you have everything that you had wished for, and yet you drop all the pleasures. You have opted for monkhood not by chance but by choice. You have millions of opportunities to enjoy sex, and yet you are no more interested. You have millions of opportunities to exercise power, and yet you are no more interested. You have thousands of treasures, and yet you are no more interested. You have all the happiness you had wished for, and yet you are no more interested because you have realized the truth that all these are not going to last forever. That is how Prince Siddhartha realized. He was the greatest prince, all pleasures were at his feet, and yet one night he left it all. Not because of pain and suffering, not because of any failures, not by chance, but by choice. And that is how Prince Siddhartha was transformed into the greatest saint that the world has ever known, Gautam Buddha. Prince Siddhartha later came to be known as Gautam Buddha, the most beautiful enlightened man who walked on this planet. He did not escape because of any pain. He had all the happiness and pleasures, and yet he opted out. He renounced the material world. That is when real spiritual experiences are observed. But who wants to listen? People are shallow, and shallowness leads you to nowhere. Happiness is within you. The key to success is also within you. The key is your quality of understanding. The greater the quality, the greater is the understanding. And it is only understanding that can help you sail smoothly through the many difficult times of human life. Let understanding be your only law. Understand the depth of life, and you will be able to do so only when you overcome your mind. For the mind is shallow, but your heart has the depth, and meditation is simply a journey from the mind to the heart, from the shallowness to the depth of your inner being. Ketu loves all those beautiful souls who are turning inwards, who are taking the efforts to look within, to introspect, to self-realize.